You are currently carrying a hidden saboteur inside your abdomen, wrapped tightly around your vital organs. It is not the soft, pinchable fat sitting just beneath your skin that you see in the mirror. Instead, it is a dense, highly active, and deeply toxic tissue known as visceral fat. While subcutaneous fat simply stores excess energy, visceral fat operates like an independent, rogue organ, constantly pumping inflammatory chemicals into your bloodstream, altering your brain chemistry, and forcing your liver to choke on its own fuel. Most people believe losing this dangerous fat requires months of grueling calorie restriction and hours of exhausting cardio, but biology reveals a startling contradiction. The deeply buried fat is actually the first to melt away when you trigger the correct chemical signals. Your body wants to burn it, but you are accidentally keeping the vault locked. In the next 30 days, you can completely dismantle this internal threat, not by starving yourself, but by shifting your metabolic infrastructure into an entirely different operating mode. If you want to master your biology and unlock your body's hidden potential, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Over the next 30 days, your metabolism is going to undergo a complete architectural redesign. We are going to look past the surface-level metrics of weight loss and dive deep into the cellular mechanics that control where your body stores energy and how it burns it. You are about to discover how a handful of precise, highly calculated adjustments to your daily routine can trigger a systemic purge of deep abdominal fat, leaving you with more energy, sharper focus, and a completely optimized hormonal profile. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body does not view fat simply as a cosmetic issue. To your survival-driven brain, fat is a highly guarded savings account, and visceral fat is the emergency reserve hidden in a high-security vault. If you try to force your way into this vault using brute force starvation, your brain will instantly sound the alarm, slowing down your thyroid, elevating your stress hormones, and locking down your fat stores to protect you from what it perceives as a famine. To bypass this security system, we must use biological stealth. Over the course of this blueprint, you will discover the exact sequence of metabolic triggers that convince your liver, your pancreas, and your brain that it is perfectly safe to release this stored energy. We will break down this 30-day transformation into 5 distinct, highly coordinated phases. Each phase builds upon the last, systematically stripping away the chemical barriers that have kept your body trapped in storage mode. By the time you complete this journey, you will not just look different. Your internal operating system will be fundamentally rewired for fat oxidation. To begin the 30-day countdown, we must first address the single most powerful biochemical switch in the human body, insulin. Produced by your pancreas. Insulin is a master hormone whose primary job is to direct traffic. When you consume carbohydrates or frequent meals, your blood sugar rises, signaling your pancreas to flood your system with insulin. Insulin acts like a security guard standing at the gates of your fat cells, unlocking them to shove energy inside, while simultaneously bolting the exit doors shut. As long as insulin levels remain chronically elevated in your bloodstream, it is biochemically impossible for your body to burn stored fat for fuel. Think of your metabolism as a massive industrial factory. In this factory, insulin is the foreman who orders all machinery to focus exclusively on processing incoming raw materials and stacking boxes in the warehouse. While the foreman is shouting orders to the cleaning crew, the enzymes responsible for breaking down stored fat is forced to sit idle in the break room. The warehouse gets more and more crowded, yet no one is allowed to take a single box out the back door. This is where it gets interesting. Visceral fat is uniquely sensitive to insulin. Because it is packed tightly around your digestive organs, it is the first to soak up excess glucose coming from your diet, but it is also the quickest to release that energy once insulin drops. To deactivate this master storage key, day 1 through 7 requires a strict reduction in refined carbohydrates and the elimination of all midday grazing. Every time you eat a snack, even a seemingly healthy one, you trigger an insulin spike that locks your fat stores for hours. By consolidating your food intake into distinct, well-defined meals and removing sugar, you force your baseline insulin levels to plummet. But your body doesn't work like that overnight. In the first few days of this phase, your brain will protest. Having been accustomed to a constant stream of quick-burning glucose, it will signal intense cravings and mild fatigue. This is not a sign of starvation. It is the sound of your metabolic factory adapting to a temporary shortage of raw materials. As the air clears and insulin levels drop to a baseline quiet, the security guard finally steps away from the vault doors. For the first time in years, the deep abdominal fat cells receive the chemical signal that it is time to open the gates. But opening the gates is only the first step. The released fuel must have somewhere to go, which leads us directly to the secondary command center of your metabolism. By the second week of your transformation, your insulin levels have stabilized, meaning the exit doors of your fat cells are unlocked. However, as this fat begins to leak into your bloodstream, it immediately travels down the portal vein straight into your liver. The liver is the ultimate processing hub of the human body, acting as a grand central station for every nutrient, toxin, and hormone you consume or produce. But in someone carrying excess visceral fat, the liver is completely congested, choked by its own internal fat deposits, a condition known as fatty liver. Imagine your liver as a highly complex shipping port. In a healthy state, ships arrive, unload cargo, and depart smoothly. But when you have spent years consuming excess fructose, processed foods, and frequent meals, the shipping port suffers a catastrophic traffic jam. Containers are piled high on the docks, ships are backed up miles into the ocean, and the entire system grinds to a halt. When your liver is congested like this, it cannot efficiently process incoming fat for fuel. Instead, it gets overwhelmed and packages that fat back up, shipping it right back out to be stored in the deepest corners of your abdomen. But here's what most people don't realize. You cannot burn visceral fat effectively until you clear the shipping docks of your liver first. To dissolve this hepatic traffic jam during days 8 through 14, we introduce a targeted protocol centered around choline-rich foods, cruciferous vegetables, and a strict elimination of all added fructose. Fructose is a unique molecule. Unlike glucose, which can be used by every cell in your body, fructose can only be metabolized by the liver. When you drink a soda or fruit juice, it hits your liver like an avalanche, instantly turning into new fat cells and worsening the traffic jam. This is where it gets interesting. When you cut off the fructose supply and provide the liver with the raw materials it needs to build transport proteins, like the choline found in egg yolks, the liver suddenly finds the means to clear the backlog. The accumulated fat inside the liver cells is broken down, packaged into transport vehicles, and sent out to be burned by your muscles. As the shipping port clears out, your liver's sensitivity to metabolic hormones skyrockets. It can now accurately read the body's energy demands, transforming from a congested bottleneck into a high-speed distribution center that actively pulls fat out of abdominal storage and prepares it for destruction. Yet as the liver clears, a new challenge arises within the cellular furnace itself. Now that your liver is clear and your insulin is low, your body is primed to transport fat. However, fat cannot simply disappear into thin air. To be destroyed, it must be carried inside your cells and dropped directly into your mitochondria, the microscopic power plants responsible for generating cellular energy. In a metabolism that has been sluggish for years, these microengines have become rusty, inefficient, and severely diminished in number. Your cells have forgotten how to utilize fat as a primary fuel source because they have been pampered by a constant supply of easy-to-burn sugar. Think of your mitochondria as a fleet of coal-burning locomotives. For years, you have been feeding these engines nothing but dry paper scraps of glucose. The fire burns hot and fast, but it dies out instantly, requiring you to constantly throw more paper into the furnace. Fat, on the other hand, is like a massive, dense log of oak wood. It provides hours of steady, intense heat, but your engines currently lack the spark and the structural capacity to ignite such heavy fuel. If you dump a heavy log onto a weak, paper-fed fire, you will smother the flame entirely, leaving you feeling exhausted and sluggish. But your body doesn't work like that without an adaptive push. To force your cells to build more and cleaner microengines, days 15 through 21 focus on creating a controlled state of energetic demand through targeted movement and cold exposure. When you perform low-intensity, steady-state physical activity, such as brisk walking, in a fasted state, your muscles run out of immediate glycogen stores. This low-energy crisis triggers a genetic master switch called PGC1 alpha. This switch signals your cells to rapidly multiply their mitochondria, a process known as mitochondrial biogenesis. This is where it gets interesting. Suddenly, your cells are building thousands of brand new, highly efficient locomotives capable of burning the densest fuel available. When you layer this with brief periods of cold exposure, such as a 2-minute cold shower, your nervous system releases a surge of norepinephrine. This hormone commands your deep fat cells to break apart their contents into free fatty acids, while simultaneously forcing your newly minted mitochondria to burn that fat simply to generate body heat. The oak logs are thrown into the high-powered furnaces, and your visceral fat stores begin to rapidly decline as they are converted into pure, clean kinetic energy. But as this cellular burning reaches its peak, an invisible psychological enemy threatens to shut down the entire operation. By week 3, your physical blueprint is firing on all cylinders, but your brain holds a hidden veto power that can halt your progress instantly. This veto power is governed by your adrenal glands and the hormone known as cortisol. Cortisol is your body's primary survival hormone, designed to protect you from physical danger. When you experience chronic psychological stress, lack of sleep, or excessive caffeine consumption, your brain perceives your environment as hostile. Even if your diet is flawless and your insulin is low, chronically high cortisol levels act as a direct signal to preserve abdominal fat at all costs. To understand this mechanism, look at your body as a medieval fortress under siege. Cortisol is the general of the castle guard. When the general hears rumors of an enemy army approaching outside the walls, he immediately issues an emergency decree. He orders all resources to be pulled back from the outer territories and packed into the heavy central storehouses right behind the castle walls. In the human body, those central storehouses are located in the deep visceral cavity of your abdomen. Cortisol actually increases the activity of an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase in visceral fat cells, making them pull fat out of circulation and lock it up tight around your organs, preparing the body for an extended period of survival. But here's what most people don't realize. You can be doing everything right nutritionally, but if you are only sleeping 5 hours a night and constantly living in a state of high anxiety, your cortisol will completely neutralize your fat-burning efforts. During days 22 through 25, We must actively dismantle this stress-induced storage trap. This requires a strict boundary on nervous system stimulants, ensuring no caffeine is consumed past noon and dedicating a mandatory wind-down window before sleep to maximize deep restorative rest. When you sleep deeply, your body experiences a dramatic surge in growth hormone, which is the direct biological antagonist to cortisol. This is where it gets interesting. When your brain registers that the psychological siege is over, the general stands down. Cortisol levels drop, and the emergency decree is lifted. The visceral fat cells lose their hormonal shield, allowing them to finally relax and release their tight grip on the stored energy. Without the constant pressure of cortisol forcing fat inward, the stream of lipids flows smoothly toward your newly expanded cellular engines. Your body shifts out of a defensive survival posture and into a thriving high-output state. But to ensure this transformation becomes permanent and reaches the absolute deepest layers of stubborn fat, we must deploy the final, most advanced metabolic weapon in our biological toolkit. As we enter the final stretch of the 30-day cycle, from days 26 to 30, your insulin is low, your liver is clear, your mitochondria are multiplying, and your stress hormones are quiet. Your body has successfully cleared out the superficial layers of visceral fat. To completely eradicate the deep stubborn core of this toxic tissue, we must activate a profound survival mechanism embedded within your DNA, meaning self-eating. Autophagy is your body's internal recycling program, where your cells systematically seek out, break down, and repurpose damaged components, old proteins, and toxic fat stores. Imagine your body's cellular environment as a highly sophisticated metropolis. Over time, trash accumulates in the alleys, old buildings decay, and infrastructure breaks down. If the city cleanup crews never get a break, the garbage builds up until the city becomes dysfunctional. Autophagy is the late-night sanitation department that only comes out when the entire city goes completely quiet. If the city is constantly flooded with incoming traffic and deliveries, meaning you are eating food around the clock, sanitation crew never gets the signal to start working. The trash remains, and the deepest, most damaged fat cells continue to stagnate. But your body doesn't work like that when you introduce a structured, extended fasting window. By implementing a precise 24-hour fast once or twice during this final phase, you create a temporary, highly controlled nutrient vacancy. Sensing the complete absence of incoming fuel, your cellular sensors, specifically an enzyme called AMP, ignite a massive systemic cleanup. Your cells turn inward for sustenance. They don't just look for easy energy, they actively target the most dysfunctional, inflammatory, and toxic structures available. This is where it gets interesting. Visceral fat is highly inflammatory and filled with senescent cells, often called zombie cells that refuse to die, constantly secreting distress signals into your body. During deep autophagy, your immune system and your healthy cells descend upon this toxic visceral pool, dismantling these zombie cells and using their components for cellular repair. The deep, stubborn fat pads that have insulated your organs for decades are systematically dismantled from the inside out, not just for raw energy, but to cleanse the internal environment of your body. When you finally break the fast with a clean, nutrient-dense meal, your body doesn't rush to store it. Instead, it uses those fresh nutrients to build brand new, healthy cellular infrastructure, completing a total metabolic rebirth. Over the past 30 days, an incredible silent revolution has taken place inside your body. By understanding and respecting the precise language of your hormones, you have successfully re-engineered your entire metabolic landscape. You began by lowering your insulin levels, which effectively unlocked the vaults of your fat cells. You then cleared the hepatic traffic jam in your liver, allowing it to process fat smoothly without bottlenecking. From there, you forced your cells to cultivate thousands of new mitochondrial microengines, turning your body into a highly efficient fat-oxidizing furnace. You overrode the destructive stress-induced cortisol trap that was forcing fat into your abdomen, and finally, you activated the profound cellular recycling power of autophagy to sweep away the last remaining pockets of toxic, deep-seated visceral tissue. The result of this journey is far greater than a changing number on a bathroom scale. Your liver is now clean and highly sensitive to metabolic signals. Your pancreas can maintain perfectly stable blood sugar levels without overproducing insulin. Your brain is no longer clouded by the constant barrage of inflammatory chemicals that visceral fat used to pump into your bloodstream. You have successfully shifted your biology from a state of chronic, defensive fat storage to an active, high-energy state of fat utilization. The infrastructure you have built over these 30 days is designed to last, providing you with a sustainable foundation of health, vitality, and mental clarity. The most profound realization you can take from this process is that your body was never working against you. It was simply adapting to the chemical environment you were providing it. When you give your cells the correct biological inputs, they respond with astonishing speed and efficiency, shedding what is harmful and optimizing what is useful. But clearing out your internal fat stores is only the beginning of mastering your biology. There is another hidden system in your body that dictates your energy, your mood, and how fast you age, which most people completely ignore until it breaks down. To discover how to optimize this secondary system and lock in your metabolic gains permanently, click on the next video appearing on your screen right now. Let's keep building your ultimate biological blueprint.